the best featherweights in Europe and in obviously the UK as well. Coming off a great win at Celtic Gladiator 22 just 2 weeks ago on the night of his birthday as well. So happy belated birthday to this man, Brendan Loughnane. Brendan, how are you, my friend? How was the birthday celebrations after that win? I'd say it was one of the best ever, yeah?
Never better, but yeah. No, the win was all right, but the birthday was better.
What do you mean the win was all right, Brendan? Come on, it was for me, and having watching your career sort of develop over the years. Obviously, the opponent wasn't up to maybe world sort of elite level, but in terms of your performance, from what I took from that fight, it was a very cerebral, calculated, and devastating Brendan Loughnane in terms of your stand-up.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, mate. But yeah, the guys are bum, mate. Like, them guys should be in the cage, mate. But it's what I have to do at this stage now. Fucking all these shitbags in UK MMA, they're the type of guys that have to fly in to fight. But it'll all come good for me next year, and we'll get the opponents that are worthy.
We've talked about that, Brendan. Obviously, myself and yourself, we know each other many a year, but it's been really frustrating for you on the UK scene and the European scene trying to get a fight. Was that time off? I think it was like 53, 54 weeks off. Was that a time where you really got to sort of look at things in Europe and the amount of talent that's, you've said to me in the past that guys like Robert Whiteford, to name but a few, have been avoiding you. Do you feel as though now or never for you to make that push onto the next level and other promotions to maybe recognise you?
Well, yeah, he was out there crying for a fight. I need a fight, so I popped up. He disappeared, and then I just seemed to pop up, and they all just seemed to pull miraculous injuries. All of a sudden, everyone knows I'm the best featherweight out there. There's no doubt in anyone's mind. Same in America, they know it. Everyone knows it. And like I say, I need elite competition. I was offered the UFC twice last year. My arm was broke, and the reason it was a different reason. But next year's the year. Hopefully we can get it going again, and that's where I deserve to be, mate. Come on, let's be honest. I mean, I deserve to be among the best fighters in the world. We all know that. 100%
agree with you, Brendan. And Brendan, talk to me about. I know you're offered the fight for London, but obviously you were injured. Has there been no sort of further contact with the UFC in terms of getting you back in there, or maybe giving you a chance and an opportunity?
There's always talks. It's just about the right opportunity for me and the right space opening up, which I don't know. I think I deserve to get in naturally anyway. But it is what it is, I'll just keep doing my thing. I'll just keep knocking people out, mate, like that. Like, if you look at my record, it's just straight knockouts all the way through, and the only ones that have gone to decision are the ones like Healy with big heads that can take shots at the wrong weight class. So at the same time, mate, I am in a rush, but I'm not. Like you said, it was a cerebral performance. I've spent 5 months sparring Ed Ruth, Jeremy Stevens, Dominick Cruz, living at his house, learning the ropes, learning my trade. I seen you when I was in America, high spirits, and I'm telling you now, mate, there's not a featherweight out there. I had to go in and make a statement. That guy didn't even put one finger on me. An absolutely experienced guy from Brazil, but there's just so many levels to my game that nobody's seen yet. Everyone thinks I'll take him down, but you can't even do that. They think that strike. I was thinking, but good luck trying to do that. Let's just put it that way. So you have to stand with me. Then you're in real danger, because I'm not even really taking punches anymore. I'm starting to enter the matrix, like I said the other day.
You were certainly in high spirits. Well, I think we'll leave it at that with that one when I met you in Las Vegas. But the one thing for me as well, looking at that, the movement seems to be totally on a different level. Your speed and movement in and out, and it was really, really impressive. Is that something maybe the 5 months in San Diego has really sort of got with you? Obviously, Dom is so fast on his feet. Jeremy Stevens, Miles Jury, Darian Caldwell as well. It's obviously a major element in the 145 and 35 pound divisions, where guys need to be so quick on their feet, along with that elite level stand up. Has the movement been an area where you think you've really excelled?
No, I mean, you talk about the 5 months, but I'm talking about 11 years deep in this game now. I'm still only 29, just turned 29, and I'm young. I'm young in fighting terms, but I've got an old head, and I've fought all over the world against the best guys now. And like you say, the opportunity come last year, it wasn't right, my arm was broke, and the other one wasn't the right weight. But this year, whether it be UFC or wherever it is, once I get against them elite guys, I'm going to show everyone how great I am. I mean, shouldn't be putting bums like that in against me in Brazil, that Brazilian guy. But at the end of the day, you take what you get in this sport, and everybody else was running away. I put an open offer out to everybody. I said, there's a slot here at Celtic Gladiator. I know it's only a smaller show, but you're all saying you want to fight and this and that. Grundy needed a fight. Whiteford needed a fight. I don't know. There's a couple that needed fight, talking about need fight. So the offer was open. None of them took it. This Brazilian jumped on a plane and fought. Yeah, he got his ass kicked, but at least he did it. And I got respect for that. The rest of them just run around talking shit. So at the same time, like, bring the high level on, because I'm more than ready for it. Like I said, I've been sparring world champions every day. Yeah. So I know what level I'm at. Everybody else knows what level I'm at. It's a matter of time for me.
Brendan, you know, the last time we spoke, and you were finding it very hard to get matched up in a fight, and you were considering, you know, boxing options, other options outside of MMA, kickboxing, all sorts you were considering. The spirits seem to be a lot higher now at the moment. Is that because of maybe the contact with some other promotions? And I know you said when you're in the States, there was a possibility about you getting a scrap as well when you're over there with Dom.
I mean, I went through about 5. I had the same, no joke, mate. I had the exact same problem in the States. They tried to match me on LFA, Combate Americas. Mate, it's just full of shit bags, I swear. People go, all right, do you want to fight Brendan Loughnane? And they go, right, 16-3. They go, right, okay, but let's check him out. Then they look at the 3 losses and they think, fuck that, this guy should be 19-0. They think, nah, I'm not fighting him. What, fighting him for $1,000? Not a chance, mate. That's why I need to be in elite promotions, but I want to be paid the right money as well. So at the same time, you have to get the money out as well, because I'm exciting, I'm young, I'm hungry. And another reason I think people are scared is I'm not a wrestler, I'm not a grappler. I'm going to try and take your head off, even when I take you down. Against a couple of guys in the past, I've let submissions off just so I can carry on punching and elbowing you, and I think that's pretty terrifying to a lot of these wrestlers that want to just try and hold you down. So I think that's not helped trying to get fights either.
Well, what do you say then to, you know, the UFC and the brass like that? And I think, you know, it must be sort of common knowledge with all the fighters Bellator have signed that you were one of the guys, I would imagine, that was contacted by the promotion, and you want to go a lot like Reece McKee. You know, we saw Reece obviously last Saturday in his Cage Warriors debut. He was also offered a contract by Bellator, turned it down. He wants to go the UFC route. Is that how you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I did get a Bellator offer, but I also heard what everybody else was on. I was getting less than half of some guys that not even ranked near me. So I thought, nah, not a chance, mate. I know my worth, and I know what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be one of these guys that goes in a promotion and sits around the mid-tier. I'm going for the world titles everywhere. So I know what I need to be paid as well. So, you know, that offer wasn't right. Cage Warriors, I openly said I'd go there for this Paddy fight. You've probably seen it all over social media. I'm looking for one-fight deals to build up a profile, then go to the UFC and then make the real money. I mean, signing up to 4 or 5 fights now is not something I'm going to do at this stage, unless people really get the money out.
What do you mean building your profile, Brendan? It should have happened a long time ago. You should be there, no?
I can't believe we're having this conversation still. I
know. How many years have we had this conversation? 3, 2?
Absolutely ridiculous. But they did come twice last year. You know, the circumstances weren't right on both. So, you know, I'm not saying anything about the UFC. The UFC have been in touch. So, you know, let's hope London comes off. If not, there's a couple of other things in the pipeline. There's a big boxing match that I've been offered. That might be getting done. You know, there's other promotions on the table. So, listen, that's why I'm in high spirits talking to you today instead of like moaning, drinking whiskey in Vegas. It's not that. High spirits. I'm in the peak of my career, the peak of my life. And anybody to put in front of me is going to get dealt with like Amari Jr. I don't care how good he was. Everyone's getting the same treatment.
You mentioned Paddy Pimblett. I saw your post today on social media. You know, last time we spoke, you more or less said it was dead in the water. Why now, and why do you think it makes sense to throw down with Paddy now?
I'll tell you what happened, mate. I signed onto Twitter today. I seen February, Cage Warriors 16. Paddy ain't got a belt. I ain't got a belt. There's no ties to that anymore. There's none of that 4 fights, 5 fights with Cage Warriors. There's none of that gear. I was willing to go over there for peanuts, mate, and fight Paddy in his back garden. That was the reason I did it. He said I knew he was in. Brendan knows I'm injured. That's why he's offering me out and this, that, and the other. What the fuck are you talking about? I know you're injured. I don't know anything about you, bro. All I know is that it's going to your hometown, and I was willing to jump on. I need a fight. You need a fight. Made sense. Then you run all over Twitter saying, "Oh, he knows I'm injured." I don't fucking know what's going on in your life, bro. I don't care, to be honest. I just wanted to fight you. So that's the story behind it. So don't talk shit.
So in terms of that fight, you know, Paddy, I feel, has gone a different direction at the moment. You know, I haven't seen, as much respect I have for Paddy, I haven't seen a lot of improvements in terms of his game, in terms of his stand-up. Do you not feel as though you're going in a different direction? Does that fight really make sense now at the moment?
To tell you why it makes sense, I cannot walk more than 10 steps in Manchester without someone saying why when he's fighting that scouser. I can't. That's something, this was one fight that I need to do before I go to the UFC or before I go wherever, because as a mank and a scouser, we all need to know who's the real winner. Do you get what I'm saying?
I
like
do.
This fucking rivalry right here goes deeper than just two guys fighting, trust me.
Well, that was my next question. It was in terms of, Manchester versus Liverpool, everything that comes with it. For me, that would set out a 16,000-seater arena.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm sick of hearing, I've offered you this fight, you didn't want it. I mean, why don't I want it? What are you going to do? Pull guard on me? What am I frightened of? You're not going to be able to wrestle me. You're not going to be able to take me down. You're going to have to stand with me. Then what? Then what happens? What are you going to do? Jump a triangle? Like, what am I terrified of? Like, well, I don't understand where this shit comes from, but well, let's like I say, I didn't know he was injured. Maybe he's injured, maybe he's not. I said let's do it on that day. He's going off with himself, fucking 10-page essays on Twitter as usual. It was just an offer, but fucking hell, carry on with yourself, Paddy. He loves himself. How can you talk like that after losing 3 fights in a row? Fuck me.
Financial terms as well, it makes a lot of sense for you and Paddy to throw down, because it'd be a big earner, I feel, for either you or Paddy.
Nah, they give out absolute fucking peanuts, mate. But I would take peanuts to fight him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's definitely not a money thing.
But it really is now, and we can talk about this fight as much as we want. We have obviously over the last number of years, but it really is in terms, I think, of where you're going at the moment. Unless you end up in the same organisation down the road, it's now or never really for this fight to probably happen in the UK.
Well, that's what I said. That's why. I know where I'm heading next year, and I know where my career is going. So I thought, right, that fight's 8 weeks away. So I thought, perfect. That'll get me another fight. It'll build me back up, and that's what I was thinking. I just want to get active now. I spent a year on the shelf. Now I just want to get active. That's the only thing I want to do. So that's the reason I put it out there. Like I said, I didn't know he was injured or whatever. I didn't know anything at all. I just seen on Twitter Liverpool, and I thought, well, now's the time. No one's got titles. No one can get tied into anything. I'll take peanuts. So why not? But obviously not.
This would have to happen under the Cage Warriors banner. Would that be something you might foresee problems? I know you had issues with Graham before, Boylan, obviously the CEO of Cage Warriors, in terms of getting a one-fight deal. That would be a bit of a stumbling block. Would I have to, obviously he's signed to Intensity Fight Management as well. I think Paddy is. It'd be a bit of an issue, I'm sure, if it was anywhere outside of Cage Warriors.
No, I mean, Graham's a businessman, bro. Like, this is the biggest fight in Europe, apart from MVP and Daly. This is the biggest one that everyone wants to see. Every man can scout from the plan. Did you see how crazy Twitter, Instagram, and everything went today? How much is still in this fight? I have no idea why everyone thinks it's going to be a close fight, but they do. So, perfect. Let's get it on and see. And that was the only reason behind it. I wouldn't be signing to Intensity Fight Management. It'd just be a case of going over there and fighting Paddy. He's got no belt, so he wouldn't have to tie me in. It was just an offer that I'm free on that date. If Paddy is, let's give everyone what they want to see. But it's turned out, as usual, there's a stumbling block in the way. I just threw my cards on the table basically today, and there's always something in the way, isn't there?
Well, it'd not be a good idea to try and organise a meeting between yourself, Graham, and Paddy, and maybe finally iron it out, or is there too much history for you two guys to be able to sit down and try and iron something out in terms of actually getting in there and throwing down?
Let's do it. I'm open to it. Listen, you've got my phone number, Graham. Just phone me, mate. I don't bite. Let's make a business deal and let's give the fans what they want to see.
Definitely. What would Dominick Cruz say to you? Like, what's Dominick's advice? Obviously, because it's been, a tough sort of, as you said before, the Amari Jr. fight, 52, 53 weeks. What's Dominick Cruz's advice been to you? Because I know, obviously, over the years, you're one of his prodigies and you've looked up to him. He's taken you under his wing in San Diego. What has he been saying to you over the last number of months?
Well, there's one man that knows about sitting on the shelf. So if there's one person that can help you, it's him. He's helped me so much. Let me live at his house for free. Give me all the training for free and just mentored me to death. So, I owe him everything. That's why I don't know if you can see more of a confidence in me now. I
do, yeah. You're very, 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 compared to, when we spoke, I think during the summer there, you're very, very, you just look excited. You look like there's an extra, bounce in your step.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I've been amongst the best for 5 months. I know what level I'm at. Eric Del Fiero's told me what level I'm at. Dominick Cruz has told me what level I'm at. All the fighters there told me so. It's all good in your little gym in Manchester trying to see how good you are, but like when you go and test it against the best guys in the world, then you really know. The UFC did come twice this year. So I'm just walking with a toxic glow now, and I just know that after what I did to Amari Jr., it kind of sealed it in my head that I am this good, and I do know next year will be my year. And I'll be bursting into the scene wherever it is, and I'll be making some real dough and real waves. Because listen, there's no one out there at featherweight. I'm telling you now, there's not. Mark my words, bro. If they beat me, I'll put my hands up in the air because they must be good.
And listen to me, has Dominic said anything about the Paddy Pimblett fight?
Oh yeah, but he knows all about the Paddy beef and all that, because obviously I used to wake up there with stupid tweets and bullshit all the time, and he used to just laugh and be like, fucking hell. So yeah, he knows all about that shit, but he wants to see it more than anyone. We all do. You want to see it, I want to see it, Manchester wants to see it, Liverpool wants to see it. I don't know if Graham wants to see it, but
well, listen, hopefully you can get that sit down, and Graham and yourself and Paddy can iron it out, because, listen, I'd love to see it, definitely 100%. Listen, I got to ask you as well, there was a few things that tickled our notice today in orders of what Dominick Cruz has been posting on his social media channels. He's been pictured in numerous amount of posts with Kerry GAA shorts on. I know you've an Irish family line in turn. I think you guys are originally from Cork. Is that right? Your family?
Cork, yeah.
Galway and Cork. But tell me, fill me in on Dom's training shorts. What's going on? Kerry GAA.
Right, so I wake up one morning and he comes into the living room and he's got a full kit on. It's not just the shorts. He's got the top, the long socks and the shorts. He comes in, I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I was a Kerry fan secretly and he's not telling me. Or he just like double short.
Have you got a picture of him in the full kit?
I actually have.
You have to forward that on to us now, Brendan. You have to send it on to me on WhatsApp. You have to, 100%. I'd love to see that. That's absolutely hilarious. Brilliant story. Listen, so what's the turnaround? Obviously going to rest up for Christmas yourself. When do you envisage yourself getting back in there?
Absolutely no rest for me, mate. I mean, I'm sat here having this now. Nice little Baileys.
Oh.
But I do spend all day in the gym as always, and I am getting better every day. And there's no turnaround. I've got a big meeting tomorrow. It could be boxing, it could be MMA. We'll see what happens, man. I can't table.
Leave the boxing alone, Brendan. We want to see you in the cage.
Yeah, me too. I'd like to do that, but if someone's going to ring me and pay me a lot of money to box, I'm going to box.
Fair enough. Totally understand it. Listen, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens for you next, and hopefully that UFC contract comes your way, because you thoroughly deserve it, and I don't think I need to say that to you any more than you know yourself. Brendan Loughnane, always a pleasure having the show. Happy Christmas, my friend, and I hope you have a great one.
Take care, bro.